Oh. So I'm going to read, I'm a music obsessive, so I've been doing some fake album reviews, and I'm going to read a couple of those for you. This one's called, which I've read before, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club's Band, The Beatles, Parlophone, 1967. Summer of Love never really got to our town. By the early 70s, some men had sprouted sideburns or grew hair over their ears. While they got drunk, they punched people with a little bit more tenderness, took teeth out and bloodied noses with apologetic sighs. My hip young art teacher, in his corduroy jacket, was caught reading porn on the bus. An apathetic gaggle of teens got t-shirts of bands they'd never seen or concerts they'd never been to. I suppose someone would have blown their minds out in the car if they could have found anyone who owned one that actually started or would move fast enough for long enough. A friend of my older brother's took acid and leapt off the fire hall with his underpants over his jeans, claiming to be Superman. Then there were the rumours of all that casual sex that could be found on the other side of high windows that remained uncleaned and unreachable in their Victorian hardwood frames, as around us the older boys insisted everything had become permitted, all was now possible. That year, by the year 2000, no woman under 40 would bother her underwear, and yet the days went on as they always had, as nothing happened, not just once, but many times. Thanks. I just spent, my wife's family are originally from Vietnam, and I just spent some time out there, so I had a chance to write some poems, so I'm going to read one or two of those. Okay, I will read that. I'm just gonna, where are we? I'm gonna read. This is in the form of another album review. It's my mother-in-law. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass, Apple Records, 1970. Her mother shuffled paper with the government. Most nights the Viet Cong threw random mortar rounds into the compound where they lived. When death came hunting them, they could only sit and wait. Perhaps while playing with the dials of the AM radio, or half digesting a book, they would feel the tide of fear as it leached itself in, then leached itself out. Then on weekends the Americans would fly them to Saigon to visit grandma, shop, watch a movie, experience just a little bit of what it was to feel safe, alive, young. There was that time she had been airsick. The kind pilot had held her to the trunk-hard centre of his coconut-flesh chest, into the nasal massage of sweat and bone-breaking deodorant. He had made so well that she could not be stopped as she opened up her throat to purge the present out, find the oneness in the moment, a peace all-encompassing, magnificent. Thanks.